Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm Melanie from Streamlined Legal, where we help attorneys streamline their practices and streamline their processes so that they can focus on growth or vacation or whatever they're focusing on this month. And I wanted to get on Facebook today to talk to you guys about the pot roast story. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and for those of you that have not heard the pot roast story, I'm going to share it with you. For those of you that have, stay tuned so we can talk about how that affects your business. So the pot roast story goes like this. One day there was a little girl that was watching her mother make dinner, and her mom took a pot roast and started cutting off the ends of the pot roast, stuck it in the pan, and stuck it in the oven. And when the little girl asked her mom why she was cutting off the ends of the pot roast, her mom replied, "Well, that's the way we make pot roast. That's how my mom did it, and that's how I do it." So the little girl, being very adventurous, went ahead and called up her grandma and asked her grandma why she cut off the ends of the pot roast. And her grandma very kindly responded to her that was the way that you make pot roast. You cut off each end and you stick it in the oven. And when asked why, she said, well, that's the way that her mother made the pot roast. And thankfully, her mother was still alive, and so the little girl went and called her great-grandmother and asked her why they cut off the ends of the pot roast. And her great-mother responded that that's the way you make pot roast. You cut off the ends and you stick it in the oven. And as to why, it was because when the great-grandmother was young and had her first apartment, she had a very small stove and a very small oven and a very small pan, and the pot roast wouldn't fit in the pan unless you cut off the ends. So she cut off the ends to fit it in the pan, to fit it in the oven, to be able to cook the pot roast. And so the story is really used to highlight the idea that there are some things that we do just because that's the way they've been done. And I would encourage you to remember that story in your businesses, because I am absolutely certain that if your business, your law firm has been around for, let's say, 3 years or more, there are things that you are doing that may not necessarily work anymore. They may not be the best way to do things. They may not be the most efficient way to do things, especially when we're looking at technology. So if you're using any kind of technology in your law firm, 3 years is a really long time for technology. So there's a good chance that you're using a piece of technology that either has been improved upon or could be improved upon, but you're doing things the same way because that's the way they've been done. The pot roast, the ends always get cut off the pot roast. We always use the same software. So my lesson, or what I'm trying to encourage you to do today, is take a look at some of the things that you do within your office. Things as simple as mailing out letters. Why are we still mailing out letters? Do we spend money on stamps? Do we spend money on ink, on paper? Time spent printing out the letters? Is there another way or a better way that we can do that and not just send out the letter because we always cut the ends off the pot roast? So thanks a lot for sharing with me today. If you are finding anything in your office or your law firm that you think could be done better, please share it with us in the comments below. Maybe there are things that you've been doing for months, weeks, years that could be improved upon, and we'd love to hear about them. So please feel free to share. Thanks again. I'm Melanie with Streamlined Legal. Have a great evening.